Hi, everyone. My name is Raghav. I'm basically going to be the host for this networking session that we have for the debate club. So every month we have a networking session where we, get together and just exchange introductions and we get to talk about what each of us is doing. And if you want some kind of a specific help, then you ask for it. And and this session is being recorded so that we post it on our YouTube channel as recordings for past sessions. So with that said, let me introduce myself first, and then we'll talk about each of you can take a couple of minutes to introduce yourself as well, and we can have like a casual, informal conversation. So my name is Raghav. I'm based in Chennai. I have a couple of startups. One is a non-profit, and another is a for-profit startup. And I have about 10 years of experience in the software industry, and I quit my job last year to work full time on my startups. And I I have a background as a web developer, and we basically right now we're building some mobile apps. So we're building like SaaS products as a startup. And one of the things that I look for is like possible interns. If you have like a specific kind of a profile and you're looking to gain experience in working in a startup, I look for interns. And I also look for potential investors as well as other founders, so that like I can have like a socialization as well. So that's what I'm looking for in this session. So each of you can go next and introduce yourself in the same way. Just give a brief background about yourself and tell about what you're looking for and what you can contribute, and you can get the ball rolling. So whoever wants to go next, you can go next. Would anybody like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi
Yeah,
Raghav. I'm
hi,
Sandeep.
Sandeep.
Yeah, I'm from Anantapur, Andhra Pradesh. I used to work as a marine engineer. I'm a mechanical engineer by education, and I had a startup that we build maintenance machines for solar industry. We started in 2017, and I closed my startup in about 6 months ago for some personal reasons. Currently, I'm working towards building my resume to go work for any for a cause company, and I would like to network with potential i- people with interest, with potential interest towards sustainable energy, social cause, or like anything that would make a world better place a little bit, that we can contribute to something. Thank you.
Okay. So you're looking for people to work with as maybe like your team members?
Not team members. I would like to network with people. If let's say if somebody is already in a startup where they are building technology for, let's say, solve garbage issue in India, right? If
Mhm.
let's say plastic recycling, something which is a very big problem, but no one wants to deal with it, right? So if someone is have a startup, or who has known a startup, or who is working for a startup, I would like to network with them, and if possible, I can collaborate with them, or I join them, or we can have more dialogue about how we can work towards something that can be good for both India and rest of the world.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Sandeep. I want to maybe mention one more project that I was working on that I think would be of interest to somebody with the same interest as you. So one of the things that I told you that I have like two startups, and one of the startups is a for-profit, and the other one is actually a non-profit. Right now, we're working on solving some fundamental challenges. And one of the challenges that we see is like education, of course. Education is a huge thing that we see a lot of potential for reform, and we want to bring in a product that actually could solve the education problem. The other thing is basically, sustainability. I feel like there are a lot of things that can be done to like sort of organize the way society is like functioning in terms of like sustainable initiatives. So I would love to explore like if there's a way for us to collaborate, and because like we have the same objectives and we're a non-profit organization as well, so we can work on that. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for sharing, Sandeep.
Thank you.
Who would like to go next?
Hi guys, this is Ashwin Kumar TN.
Hi.
I've graduated MBBS last year and I have interest in entrepreneurship. So I'll be taking hospital administration as my MD, and I'm planning to start a business in travel as a travel planning agency, a kind of. It is completely online startup. So I'm just 24, so I'm not that much. I don't have much of experience as of you guys. So I'm here to know the perspective and how to think as a startup founder.
Okay. How old are you, Ashwin?
I'm 24.
24, and you don't have much experience, and you're looking for people to connect with, to
Yeah,
socialize, right? Which exact location are you based out of? The
I'm
city
from
are you
Pollachi,
from? Pollachi.
Tamil
Okay.
Nadu.
Actually, one of the things that I want to talk about is that as a part of the startup club, we're starting to set up like local micro hubs, like highly localized micro hubs of like physical centers for the startup club. Okay,
Okay,
so what we've done is like we're conducting physical events, and we are taking in applications from people who are interested in like creating their own startup hub in their location. Because one of the
okay,
biggest problems is like, for example, I'm living in Chennai. So Chennai, there is a lot of, uh, I mean, it's not as big as like Bangalore, but it is still better than, for example, Pollachi or something. Okay, so what we're trying to do is like establish physical, local, physical hubs in universities and like other locations where people can come and take initiative and start their own local group of startup club community. And we'll guide you as to like how you can engage the people in your community, how you can bring them together to socialize, because like everybody in the business world is looking for right connections. So this is something that I've seen firsthand in the past year and a half, and I would love to connect with you, Ashwin, to see if you're
okay.
interested in like maybe setting up a local hub at your place.
So currently I'm going to take a PG degree.
Okay.
So I don't think I'll be able to stay in my hometown. I'm planning to take up in Kashmir or Hyderabad. So I'll not be available for
Okay.
next 3 years.
No
Yeah.
worries, no worries. But if you know somebody else who would be interested in doing something like this, maybe a student or something, because we're looking for college students and also like people who are interested in doing something like that for a weekend or something like that. So if anybody is interested, we can send me a DM on Telegram and we can talk.
Yes, sir.
Thank you
Hope
so
I'll
much,
find
Ashwin.
someone. Thank you.
Who would like to go next? You can just like take a couple of minutes to like talk about your background, what kind of connections you're looking for, and what you're looking for in general. So don't feel shy, guys. Like, and anybody can go. Like, even if you're not really haven't done anything, it's fine. You can just like explain about like why you joined this call. That's it. We're gonna just like sit here and be silent. JL,
Hello.
do you wanna go? Oh,
Uh,
Aniket, yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, sure. My name is Nanika. I guess you know me from the debate club thing. I'm
Okay.
18 years old, and I do want to start a startup or like. I'm not so inclined towards the word startup, but I think I would like to go someplace like a traditional business that can run for a long time instead of just start. I don't know if I'm that much of an innovative guy. So I guess
Okay.
I'm inclined towards the traditional business type things.
Okay.
I was pursuing CA, but I
Hmm.
dropped it thinking like what do you say, the instances that were happening in the AI, like would the accountant's job be that much relevant even after 5 years? Like for some reason I felt ki the gap to what do you say, the gap to jump social classes ki, like to get rich or like was getting narrow, was getting smaller and smaller. Somewhere I guess the opportunities would be becoming less and less in the upcoming years. Like people who know much more about AI can do a lot of things instead of me, if I took the CA course, I would have to just, what we say, force myself into this course for the next 5 years without being able to explore anything else.
Yeah.
So that was one of the main
You know,
reasons I left CA.
actually, I know somebody who's going through something similar. Okay, he's divided between like starting his own, working on his own startup versus like doing the CA thing. And I would love to connect you with him so that like you guys can like exchange your insights. I think that can also be like a
Yeah,
valuable
sure.
encounter.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for introducing yourself and sharing your needs, Aniket. Who would like to go next? JN, Logesh. Okay, I guess like neither of them want to speak. Actually, I want to like open up the discussion, something that I want to like hear from you guys, because like one of the things is that the past year and a half that I've been doing this, I see so many people joining the sessions like this. Like, it'll be like some 5-6 people or something like that. Sometimes it'll be 15 people, sometimes it's like 20 people. But every time people are, there's like, if you look at the attendees in the meetup, it's like some 75 people or something. People are showing interest, but they're not showing up to the actual calls. And even when somebody comes here, sometimes they don't speak up. They're very quiet, or I don't know what's going on. But to me, this doesn't seem like the most stable solution for this problem, because like everywhere you go, people are like struggling to find the right people for themselves. Whether it is like a mentor, whether it's like an investor or a team member, a co-founder, whatever it is, people are looking for people to connect with. And I feel like this is not working out. I think we need to do something else where we're getting to have like a larger number of people, and they're more active and they're proactively, getting to know each other. So do you guys have any ideas?
So I think the fundamental problem arises from the fear of failure. I'm not sure, this is how I think a lot of people have it, because it takes a lot of staying vulnerable and strong at the same time is not a easy task, especially when the human psyche is, has a lot of intense validate, it needs validation, a communal validation. And we have the choice, like, see, we have an animalistic instinct, and then we have the wise human part of us, right? Then there is one fear that floats above everything, like what if this happens. So that is what makes the difference between a leader and a follower, right? You have to have that I wouldn't say strength, I would say maybe little courage, like find that courage inside of you and just push it. Okay, let it push. Okay, let's try, jump from the hill, fall, get hurt. Then that is how you learn, right? That is why there are a lot of successful startups in Silicon Valley. Why? Because they fail fast, they learn fast, and then they apply fast. If you don't push yourself to fail, it doesn't, you don't learn anything, right? That's how human brain runs. And the way we construct our social community in India is failure is not an option, right? Failure is not an option at all. You go to school, failure is not an option. You're a C grade student, B grade student, doesn't matter. You cannot fail, right? You have to keep pushing towards
Yeah, but
the success.
Sandeep, I just want to I want to bring the discussion back to what I was talking about. Like, how do we solve this problem of like people finding each other? I know that you have a deep analysis about like why people are not succeeding, but that's a different question.
How do you bring people together?
I guess we can do camps in the college campuses. Like there are many like there are colleges where most of the kids are just, what we say, not so much serious about stuff, and in the whole, what we say, in the whole class there will be some one or two students who will be interested. If we make if we set up like workshops in college, people who are interested would naturally come up, and we can connect with them to the kids in other colleges. Does that sound something?
Yeah, I think it does make sense, sort of like establish like a college level system of like, network connections.
Yeah.
Because like obviously these people when they get out is when they will start like connecting with other people in the same network to do different things. I think it's easier to establish this at a college level. So
Yeah. And
yeah,
if
I
it is
think
established in the college level, it will just keep going on. Like the kids in the first year will go into the second year, and then when the new kids in the first year come, the kids in the second year can refer the kids in the first year to join and join this club.
exactly, yeah. So I mean, obviously within the campus itself, it will grow, and they can compete with the networks of the other colleges and stuff. So I think yeah, that makes sense. But for a short-term initiative, right? I mean, I don't want to spend like 5 years doing this. But
Hmm.
let's say like for the next few months, like this Zoom call is like not attracting. Like for example, right now I feel like 4 or 5 people have joined. But there are a lot more people out there who could use this, but obviously they're not here. So how do we do that?
So like I totally agree with Ankit's point. The thing is, like, even I'm here for the first time. I thought it will be of 70, 80 people. And initially, my plan was to just observe how the meeting goes. And only knowing there are only 5 people, then I was able to express. I had a fear of what if uh, I may sound wrong in front of the crowd,
Yeah,
which I don't know, which, like, I think they are highly qualified. I'm not that experienced to open up. So, in case of colleges, like we form the group physically knowing each other, so we know the wavelength of the friend. Maybe it is a
yeah,
small friends, and if we start from there, we can build maybe 5 or 6 of them who get along very well, form a group. Then we take initiative of like combining 2 colleges in a common place. Then that goes to 3. Like then by that way, you'll be able to accumulate people and. If that if that go if it goes that way, then it'll be that fear barrier will be broken, I guess.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Actually, we are doing this where, like I told you, right? Like we are conducting live events and in college campuses,
Yeah.
and we are setting up like local chapters at each college, so that like they can start their own like group, even if just like a WhatsApp group. You start from there and then start doing things from there and make something out of the community. Because the one of the core problems that I've seen everywhere that I've went in Tamil Nadu as well as in the country, I feel like there is not enough like support structure for startups in especially rural areas, because that's where the majority of the people live in. It's not the cities. It's the rural areas. The majority of the people. It's not like they are stupider or something. They also have talent. They also have a lot of like insights. That and they're not like different. It's just that they don't have enough opportunities. So if we can do this on a large scale, I think we can raise a large number of entrepreneurs. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this. But yeah, it's a good talk. I feel like there's not a lot more that we can do in this session. So we can close it early if nobody has anything. But if you guys want to speak about something, then we can talk about it.
How do you so you can initiate a meetup in colleges, and you can make some kind of a group or something for the mutual interest. So how do you connect those people with the let's say if they need any assistance, how do you find the right person for the other end?
See, we'll have like internal channels of communication where we'll figure out a way to like share the need. Actually, we're building a product as well. So I told you, right, one of my startups is a for-profit SaaS company. So we're building a product called Startup Club, which
Yeah.
will help in people finding each other. So it's going to be a combination of that software, tool that is available for you to do this, plus like on-ground operations that we're going to try to like it's a combination of a for-profit initiative plus like a impact initiative. You can think of it like that.
Okay.
Like, how are you thinking of spreading it to the people? Is it through marketing or
So,
what?
okay, that's a very good question, because like one of the things that we're doing right now is to establish that local community. Actually, one of the reasons why we are setting up the local communities and live events and all these things is because we want to establish like a user base or like a potential target user audience, right? So we have like now we have a WhatsApp community for the startup club, and I haven't like put the links in the website yet. I haven't announced it in the Telegram channels either. But basically, I'll do that. There, where like people can come and like claim certain regions and become the chapter owners of that region, and then we're building a software like a mobile app that can help you to organize your local chapter and also like discover new people.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like very interested in like understanding this problem. Like obviously Zoom and Meetup and Telegram is not working out. I mean, it's working out to like a very marginal degree. I feel like we can do something much more effective, which is why we're building the app.
Then it should
So
reach out to the people, right? The first, if it reaches out to the people, then only people will come and join the app.
yeah, so we
I
have a
guess
marketing
one
plan
thing
for this. Yeah.
uh, like, how are you thinking of marketing? Like, just advertising or something different? Are you thinking?
No, I think I interrupted you from saying something. Go ahead and finish what you were saying, and then I'll tell you.
Like, no, I was not interrupted. I was just saying, are you thinking of just doing the paid advertising stuff or something else?
No, I think one of the most influential things that you can do to spread the word is like through word of mouth marketing. So
Yeah.
one of the things that we're doing is basically so for example, if you take this call, right? This call is like a group call, and we're going around doing introductions. Now, the more efficient way for somebody to do this would be if people can record their own introductions and then share whenever they want, instead of joining at 11 a.m. on a Sunday. Maybe that's why the people are not showing up, because 11 a.m. on a Sunday is a holiday for a lot of people and they don't want to do anything. So they can come and like introduce themselves, and then like based on various parameters, like it'll be like it's like a Tinder kind of an app, where people can introduce themselves, and then like they can see the results for their specific filters. So you can find exactly the kind of person that you're looking for, and we can do this on a large scale instead of like we do this on the Telegram channel as well. But the thing is that it keeps scrolling up, and there's too much data, and it's very unorganized. You can't filter it, you can't index it. So there is a lot of issues with that. So we're building an app to sort of like easily look at exactly the kind of people that you want. So this is how we're trying to solve the discoverability problem. Now, how we're going to market it is basically going to be like, where people will have like certain individuals who are either paid or volunteering or interning with us, who will act as network accelerators. Okay, so they'll go look at a certain profile, what somebody's looking for, and then they'll go and spread that profile's link to everybody on LinkedIn or at other places who could find them interesting. It'll be like a targeted approach where they'll see the link. So when they click on the link, it's going to show them their profile. But if you have to download the app to sort of like respond to them. So this is how we
Are
plan
you
to
aware, are you aware of the
network.
Grapevine app?
No.
It's like a corporate club, but it's more of a like Reddit thing. It's like a Reddit, but for India's corporate people.
Okay.
But before that app started, no, those people had like a Discord server where like everyone could register themselves and they could talk about various things. Like they were, I don't know if I can share the Discord to you, but it was very much active during the lockdown time. And after from there, when they had a lot of members, they transitioned into the app. Like the app is still active. I don't know much about the Discord. I will just share you the Discord.
You know what? I think the Discord idea is a really good one, because like we use Discord for our company's internal purposes and stuff like that. And I think Discord could work. Actually, it could make things a little more organized compared to Telegram.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll set up a new Discord server this afternoon, and I'll share the link so that people can join in. So this is a great stuff. Actually, this is a good idea. So we can start doing this. And that way, like, people can come and have like very specific requests in specific channels that's easier to navigate.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Another
Aniket.
thing to market yourself, I think one of the best ways are Reddit. I feel like when someone
Yeah,
suggests
Reddit is one
something
of the
on
channels
Reddit, na,
actually.
like there is a different perspective to it. Like the someone is not trying to sell you something. And another, and in order to market yourself on the Reddit, na, one thing you could that I have done during my during the lockdown phase, na, I used to trade in cryptos and stuff. And so I used to there in the cryptos project and all. And in that, na, for marketing, I used to go on Reddit and I used to write this post which unconsciously tries to advertise a project, coin, or some app or something. No, yeah, it was a software. I used to.
Okay.
So I would
Yeah,
like to come to the
yeah, wait.
session.
Sorry for the my mother just came. Yeah. So if you try to write a post and in an unconscious way, you could just sell something, like suggest something, and and advertise that and boost that post through what we say, paid upvotes. Reddit paid upvotes exist. Like you could just pay some $4 and you could get like three, and you could just go get the top position on some subreddit, and which obviously attracts a lot of attention in a much more, how could I describe it?
Yeah,
It
I get
doesn't
what you're
feel like
saying.
the
Yeah.
person is trying to sell you something. It's like it feels like a normal conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm done.
Thank you
So
so much, Aniket. Yeah.
I would like
Ashwin,
to
go
add
ahead.
a point. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, yeah.
Like, here I see a problem here. Just like name of the meetup is like startup club networking meet, and you don't have a specific topic what is going to be discussed here. Like if you put the topic as you have discussed, like today will be a speaking of the issue. Like this is a topic that we have a issue. Like we'll be speaking on how to develop this and how to take it to them. Like if you give a topic and only people who are interested in knowing that and who have some contributions will be coming here and they'll be prepared earlier so that they'll do some contributions.
Okay.
So like it is just a it is blank, it is startup meet. I don't know what is going to be discussed here. So if you
Wait,
give
are
a
you like
topic,
offering
no,
like a
like,
feedback about like how we're doing things right now?
yeah, like if you give a topic to this,
See,
I'll
there is a
prepare.
topic. Listen, there is a
Okay,
topic. I don't know. I think
okay,
you haven't looked into it. But the
okay,
topic of today's session is a networking session. Everybody's
okay,
supposed to come and like introduce themselves and meet other people. I think
okay,
maybe you haven't seen the meetup event or anything. You haven't explored the titles of the. See, I sent a message with a link to the meetup as well. So there, if you had gone there, you would know
okay.
everything about the event. Everything is there. I think maybe you just joined with the Zoom link. That's why you haven't seen
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
And even there, when I've shared the link, I was saying it's a networking session. That's the title of the event.
okay,
See, that even the public, right? The public finds out about the startup club through Meetup, and every bit of context is provided there. It's just that people don't look at it. So anyway, like I don't know if that feedback is valid, considering that we are doing everything that we can, and I don't know. I think maybe you just didn't see the right information. So it's all out there. Okay,
okay. I think
but
I
it
have
need
just
to be somewhat elaborate on like network meetup. I gone through the networking meet, but I don't know what exactly that networking meet mean.
that's why
Maybe
when you
about
join, I explain everything.
yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I think somebody else was trying to speak. Who's that?
yeah, I was thinking I have shared that corporate chat India's Discord link. You can take a look at it and see how it had,
Okay.
how did they do it. Like another one was India Build. It's
Mhm.
mostly about hardware, people building hardware and stuff.
Sure. I'll look into those.
Yeah.
Anything else, guys? Because like this was meant to be like a networking session, and I think all of us have like introduced ourselves, and we've gotten some good ideas. Anything? So if any of you want to like continue talking to each other, you can. But anybody, if they want to leave, they can leave as well.
No, I'm done.
All right, then I think we can close the event. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. So next week we have a pitch workshop where like we'll have like a startup come and pitch their product, and then we have an investor will review the pitch, and then like you guys will get to understand like how an investor looks at a product and decides whether they want to do investment or not. So it's a very informative session. So October 27th, that is like Sunday, next Sunday at 11 a.m. We'll have that call. So please join that. And if you want to like if you have your own startup, if you can also like sign up for the a pitch workshop. If you want to sign up for the pitch workshop, you can fill out the form in our official website. The official website is thedebateclub.info. I'm putting it in the chat as well. But yeah, so I'll see you. I hope I'll see you next Sunday. Until then, take care, guys. Bye.